The 2025 espnW Women in Sports Summit is presented by Toyota.
Seeking. The unsatisfied. Emotional. Defiant. Those who take things personally. Seeking. Exceptional people to do exceptional things. Seeking. Those who won't rest until there's enough of the medicine they make for everyone who needs it.
Today's live stream is brought to you by Lilly, a medicine company. Good morning and welcome back to the final day of the espnW Women in Sports Summit presented by Toyota. We are all recovering from this epic dance party that DJ Tech, hosted by Elle Duncan, went down last night. Poor Christine Williamson, if you see her, she's going to be limping because she was getting low on the dance floor last night. But we are so sad that this is the last day, but we have a packed slate. So get excited. We're going to start off with an awesome conversation about flag football with Ari Chambers before we finish it off with a keynote with the one and only Olympian, Alona Maher. Make sure to continue the conversation with us on social. Tag us, hashtag espnW Summit. And without further ado, we're going to get the last day going. Introducing my girl, Elle Duncan.
Please welcome back to the stage our host, Elle Duncan.
I made a last-second change to this song. It was going to be Tate McRae, but I was like, I just want to lose myself to dance like some of you guys did last night. Make some noise if you were at the after party last night. Hey. Welcome to day 3 of what has been, we hope, an amazing experience for you here at the espnW Women's Summit in beautiful Ojai. And for those of you that did go to the party last night, I can identify you because you look like you're hanging on by a thread. It's become very clear. Just I know you're sinking into the moment here, but it's going to be fine. What a great time we had, and shout out to DJ Technology for holding us down. I promised you guys we would have a good time, and you did, and I really appreciate that you made the trek up there. There was a lot that we could not show from that, I'm just saying. But there's plenty that we can show you from yesterday. Here is our Summit in 60, presented by Toyota. Welcome back to day 2 of the espnW Summit. Yes. How fun was last night?
Just take a look around. Like, we are in one of the most beautiful places in the entire world, surrounded by badass women.
ESPN, AUSL, extended, we're all in.
On behalf of AUSL,
Y'all
we
stop
want
laughing
to
at my
present
hair.
you with the golden ticket.
Women's sports is a platform in culture. Strong is beautiful.
Yes.
Harness that passion in your skill set and make people better around you.
I can be strong, but I can also be sexy. I can be competitive, but I can also channel that into fashion.
I can just sense this energy right around me as I get the ball. She tries to make a move and she falls. I pegged the hell out of her, you guys.
I'm lucky I have a lot of women in my friendships and also my team out on the road that are mothers. You have to put in the effort to have the village that is really not entitled to you.
You're the heart of this summit every single year. All right, let's go. What an incredible recap of what we saw yesterday, and I'm so glad that the biggest takeaway from what I did yesterday was say I pegged Susie Petrowski, so that's great as well. Is Jess Sims standing over here? Because I want to sort of do the same thing that we did yesterday. I would love for her to come on stage. Is she over there? Yes, is that a head nod? She's coming from this way. Here she is. She surprised me.
Hear you.
She surprised me. Because Jess, like, Full disclosure, I'm saying hello to you this morning, and then I am beelining to a car to go home.
Oh, sad.
So that I can be with my kids on Halloween. And I know that is not a foreign concept to so many of you who are balancing a million different things. But Jess,
yes,
we still have 2 amazing panels today, and I was hoping that you, in the way that only you can, could just talk to us for a second about mindfulness, a little practice.
Yeah, okay. I kind of want, all right, I need you to stand up. I know, I'm the worst, but your Apple Watch will appreciate this. We're going to do the same thing, but quickly from yesterday, just because repetition habits are very, very important to start off the day. So inhale in through the nose, shoulders up towards the ears, arms up above the head. Big exhale out through the mouth, let it go. 2 more times. This one, I want you to go on your tippy toes, shoulders up, inhale. Tippy toes, and exhale it out. Last one, think about these words. We all have stresses, worries, concerns, anxieties, judgments, expectations, pressures, projections, grief, and miscellaneous toxicity. Hold it, tippy toes. Exhale it out. One thing that Elle, she'll take my classes, and usually she sends me not so nice notes after class, like, I hate you, you're a bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yeah, a bitch.
Oh, perfect. I didn't want to just throw you under the bus there, but there we go. Yep, that's what it was. But one thing that she has reached out to me about is something that I say all the time. As Elle just mentioned, we all have a lot of shit to do after this, right? And a lot of us probably woke up this morning being like, damn, back to reality. Okay, I should be calling this person to set this up. I should be. We got to stop shooting on ourselves, ladies.
That's the bar, you guys. Stop shooting on yourself.
Elle really wants me to make merch. That's in the process.
Yes.
Maybe next year it's going to say ESPNW presented by Stop Shooting on Yourself.
Yes.
We don't know. But that's just something we're taught to we need to do these things. We should be doing this from media, our families, our friends, our principals, all of the above. Yeah. But ask yourself this simple question today, early and often, is what do I need right now? It could be you need to stand up for a second. It could be I need to go for a walk. It could be I need to FaceTime a friend to get out of my current, moment. But stop shooting on yourself. Be where your feet are. We have 2 amazing things to finish off today, and thank you so much for your time.
Yes, Jess Sims, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jess, because she's right, Like some of you need to get on the 10:30 a.m. shuttle to LAX and SBA. Do you see how I seamlessly did? Okay, that's fine. We're going to have golf carts ready for you right here at the farmhouse to help you leave on time. The shuttle's going to leave from that entrance promptly at 10:30, so please make haste. For those that are on the 3 p.m. shuttle to LAX, you can meet at the front of the resort. So just a couple of quick housekeeping things for you. And if you went to the artist cottage and you made art instead of kickball, then you definitely want to pick up your art at the artist cottage today before you leave, okay? We're going to get the day started, but again, I just want to leave you with this as I have to go. This always means so much to me, this space. It's amazing, it's wonderful, it's inspirational, it's fun, it's silly, it's all of the things that I need. I always feel so much fuller after I leave here, and if there is anything that you take away from your experience over the last few days here, I hope it's this, that I played softball. All right, I'm done. Thank you all for letting me host and being wonderful and kind to me. So I'm now gonna hand the keys over to my girl, Ari Chambers, who's going to lead our first conversation of the morning. I love you guys the most. I already look like a B-boy.
Listen, Elle just told us to say what we should do, and I'm like, I need to be more active because Elle not only got drafted to the AUSL, kicked some ass in kickball, but also looks like she's about to have another dance party because Elle is the gift that keeps on
Thank you,
giving.
Adidas. I look cool as hell.
And she does. Now I need to open up my little gift bag. I had no idea that was lurking inside. But anyway, good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be with you today to explore new ventures and just kick off the day. What is it, day 3? With some excitement. I love a call and response. Y'all can say yes. Great, love that. So I just think I need to bring up my girls. Again, my name is Ari Chambers, but this is not about me right now. So the first one up, responsible for building next-gen fan connections through strategies that engage youth, women, Latino, and LGBTQIA audiences at the NFL. Please welcome to the stage the Vice President of Global Brand and Consumer Marketing at the NFL, Sarah Bishop. Don't sit yet. Give it to us. And then, next up, the first British female head coach in the NFL, captain of Great Britain's women's national team, and NFL and NFL flag analyst and commentator. She does it all. Please welcome to the stage ESPN flag football analyst and NFL global flag ambassador, Phoebe Schecter. They're so cute and coordinated. You have hugs.
We do.
I heard that there was a cutesy moment backstage. An NFL handshake. Ready, set, go.
We do. All right, yeah. Hey, let's go. NFL flag. That's what we're about. Celebrations.
Absolutely. But we're also about breaking the ice. So I warned them, so if they take a long time, it's all on them. I need to know something about you both that we cannot look up online.
Well, I'll start. I actually was telling these guys this backstage. My family's a big sports family. We love all sports. I also have a 2-year-old who doesn't stop running, and when he runs, he looks like a basketball. So for Halloween, he will be a dribbling basketball. My husband will be a hoop, and some women dress really cute for Halloween. I will be 1970s Larry Bird.
And there's that. She does it all, folks.
I guess my fact, I wasn't really sure, but I was a course tester for Ninja Warrior. So you're the one that like does all the testing before the people actually do it for the show. So you fall in the water like every time. So, but that was a really cool experience.
You know, Phoebe, we were talking about activity, and I'm just like looking at you. I'm like, God, I need to go lift a weight or two. I mean, arm goals. I mean, hello. But Sarah, let's focus because I will get us off. What's your role within the organization, and how do you work with flag? The organization being the NFL. Y'all, I'm reading from cards.
Well, my role is really interesting. I work on our global brand and consumer marketing team, but my team within that is specifically focused on recruiting the next generation of fans. So you said it, women, youth, Latino, LGBTQ+, everything in between. And so, you know, for us, when we talk about recruiting new fans, it's really about, A, driving interest to get more people to watch the games, but also getting more people to play the games. We know that if you play football, you're 2 times more likely to grow up to be an NFL avid fan. So participation is absolutely critical. And when we think about flag football as a sport, it's, you know, a game changer for women and girls. It's the most accessible and inclusive version of football. It's fast, it's social media friendly, so obviously a young audience loves it. And so from the time I've really started at the NFL, our focus from a marketing perspective has been all around how we engage this younger audience, get them to play, and also shine a spotlight on rising stars and the pioneers of the game like Phoebe to give them these aspirational beacons that they can look up to.
We love a flowers moment. Yes,
No,
Phoebe with her flowers. But you're talking about the next gen being interested in the NFL and NFL flag. But Phoebe, you had the foresight to love it. Let's take it back to a young Phoebe. How did you get interested in football and flag?
Honestly, I've had the most random journey. So I have dual citizenship, British and American. I moved to the UK 13 years ago, never watched the NFL or American football. Horses were always my life. And when I moved over there, I was 22, living on my own in cold Manchester. Don't go to the UK. I know we heard about it last night, but I just saw an ad for American football local to me, and I wanted that community. I tried out for the sport, somehow made the team. They thought because I was American that I could throw a ball. That does not associate whatsoever. But I went from representing Great Britain for 10 years now in flag and tackle football, and then it was just a crazy trajectory. Got involved in the Bill Walsh Diversity Fellowship with the Buffalo Bills, coached in Germany after that, and then somehow ended up doing analysis with ESPN and then Sky Sports in the UK.
I mean, before we move back to Sarah, this is so fascinating because you've had so many facets of football as your career and as your life. What's your favorite part of it?
Ooh, that's so hard. I think the cheating answer is my favorite part is the team. Whether it's a team on the field, a team with Sarah and what we're building off the field. As an analyst and someone in this world, it's the people you're working with.
Absolutely.
And I think the team is the core of everything I do, but I can't lie. If I get to go out there and play some football and just be an athlete, I love those moments.
She's like, I love competing.
Yeah, exactly.
But Sarah, I need to know, how did you fall in love with it? Outside of bouncing your child. I mean, basketball could have been a great path, but you chose football. Why?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've always loved the idea of community. And I think like sport and the community that sport builds is unlike anything else. And for me, when I started at the NFL, I was really excited to build new connections with people who had never sort of previously thought about there being a space for themselves within the NFL brand. And so for me, that was really interesting and continues to be because, you know, I think flag is one example, of which we have many, of ways that people are being able to see a space for themselves in the NFL brand for the first time potentially ever. So that to me was really, really interesting. And I think, you know, there's a lot we've been able to build over the course of the last number of years, whether that is tied to flag or tied to some of the initiatives we have with our LGBTQ plus audience or our Latino audience that really focuses on creating spaces where people can feel seen and heard and give them a place to participate.
Yeah, and then over the past few years, we've seen the growth of women's sports, the growth of women in sports, the interest of just general opportunity for women to be in this space. But it's beyond community, it's beyond visibility. It's a good business decision right now.
Definitely.
Sarah, why is it a good business decision to have women in football?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great business decision because at the end of the day, we know that, especially for our fan base, women are driving the growth, not just in flag football, of the NFL generally. And so, you know, for us, flag football is just as much about developing the pipeline of new players as it is about developing our fan base, ultimately, and deepening our engagement with that fan base and creating NFL avid fans that grow and sort of spend their lifetime engaging with our brand. So it's not just about sort of inclusion, to your point, but it's also good business.
Who's into football? Period. Stay there. There's no follow-up to that. Just wanted to know. Just was gauging the audience here. But we talk about a concerted effort of getting girls and women in sports. Let's focus there right now before we broaden it. Phoebe, the importance of seeing girls and women opportunities growing within football. What is the significance?
You know, it's huge, and I think the NFL have done a great job. I mean, first off, you don't have many organizations where a massive corporation like the NFL is working alongside an international federation, and both of them pulling in the same direction. And I think the platforms that the NFL are giving flag football right now are phenomenal, and the young girls in particular, how it has just totally raised the game. I mean, being honest, like, women are really the reason that we've gotten flag football to the Olympic level because of their participation, because we finally have access to the same values and life skills that men have had their whole lives. I mean, a lot of us know from playing sport, those intangible skills, the leadership, the resilience, all of that is being learned, and now we finally get a piece of that by playing flag football, and it's totally changing people's lives around the world. And to Sarah's point before, it's not just in the U.S., right? We are looking at the international home markets across the world. The Bears, the Jets, for example, who are starting girls-only flag football in the UK and Spain and Germany and beyond. And so the impact is phenomenal, but it's the floor is all rising together.
I love the floor rising because that's what I think when I think of sustainability within the women's sports space. Everybody's like, Ari, what's the potential of it? I say our floor has risen. It's this. Obviously, we have there's no limit to the potential that women's sports is, but the floor is now higher. Let's take it back to the traits that you mentioned. What traits have you acquired or character traits have you acquired from being in football and in flag?
I mean, to be totally honest, when I first started playing, I look back to my 22-year-old self. I'm 36 now, but the confidence and the empowerment that flag football has given me. I never would have sat on a stage and talked to all of you guys ever before that. I was a different person before I started playing football, and I think that is something that every young girl, I think, should have the opportunity to receive, and I'm a big believer in sending the elevator back down and trying to make sure that there's enough opportunities for all these young women. But you kind of see it with a lot of these young people and even women who start playing. It's like all of a sudden you're just like, yeah, I play football. Like your chest puffs up. Like yeah, I'm a play football. You know, and you just feel like everything raises about yourself.
It does. And Sarah, you have a son.
Yes.
But your son is able to witness you in the football space. So flag fandom is not restricted to just girls and women, right? So what's the significance of men and boys consuming women in football?
Yeah, I mean, I think being able to show the diversity within sport generally is a great thing for everybody. I think flag football, because it's so inclusive and accessible, we talk a lot about women and girls and the opportunity that it affords them, but it's not just women and girls who are playing flag either, to your point. It really has enabled so many more people to get involved in, especially football, in a version of football that they may have not considered before. I think, when it comes to being a mom and being a mom of boys, it's important to me that they see strong role models around them. And I love it if those strong role models are women. So, ensuring that they have something that they can consume that is, held up at the same level as sort of the male version of the sport that they're watching is really important to me. And so, I think that being able to have platforms that are enabled by some of our partners like ESPN with our flag championships, where you're seeing the best of new talent come out, both men and women, has been incredible for getting a younger audience engaged.
And I think that, to your point, we saw again this summer at the NFL flag championships where ESPN were, but it's honestly the support of the men in these, like watching the women's game. They don't care, oh, that girl's good. No, that is a great player, whatever their position is. And I think, we've got to have this shift in mindset where the younger generation are different than the older generation. They don't see the gender like that. They're just like, wow, that person is balling out. Like, look at that catch, that one-handed catch, whatever that is. And I think that's going to change what our future looks like, because people just appreciate you for being great at what you do. And it doesn't matter gender, beliefs, anything like that.
I should also say one quick story if I can.
No, this is your space.
No.
I mean, facilitate.
Back in 2023, the NFL featured an incredible female athlete, Diana Flores, in our Super Bowl spot. And really, that was the first time we took our platform with our Super Bowl inventory and produced a spot that was solely about flag football and really focused on the women who were driving the game forward.
Wait, pause. Who remembers that? It was monumental. Go ahead.
And I mean, she has now become an absolute household name, aside from being an incredibly talented athlete and whatnot. And I went from sort of meeting her in the production of that spot, and she was a remarkable athlete, but sort of wasn't the name that everyone knows her as today. And 2 years later, I moderated a panel with her at the Detroit Lions in front of hundreds of young flag football players, not just girls, but also boys. And watching these young athletes, girls and boys, line up to see her like the hero that she is to them was really remarkable to me. Like, I feel like we're creating new sort of like beacons of aspiration and heroes of the game for both boys and girls. So I think that's it's just very, very special to be at this point in the development of the sport.
Why do you think the world was ready for somebody like Diana Flores?
I think the world's been ready for someone like Diana Flores. I think, it was just a wonderful moment where, big organizations were able to take their platforms and leverage their entire ecosystems and elevate her profile specifically, and be able to introduce her to the world that didn't already know her.
And you mentioned how these major networks and platforms can elevate. What tangible resources is the NFL putting towards flag right now?
I mean, we are invested in flag, not just from an NFL perspective, but all of our clubs, our partners, both community and commercial. Shout out to Toyota, shout out to ESPN. We've been committed for the last 16 years to growing the game, but really activate the coalition around us to not just grow the game at a grassroots level and truly invest in the development of emerging pathways and establishing how we continue to create a holistic pipeline that athletes can grow within, but also, we're continuing to invest in how we elevate the narrative around the sport, how we tell people about what this version of the sport is, the impact it's having, the rising stars, and how they can get involved.
And I think when you look at, for example, again, the NFL flag championships, with ESPN broadcasting that means now everybody around the world has access to see what that level of flag should look like. And so, again, you're really pulling people along on this journey with you, and you can create these personalities and storylines. And I think it's really game-changing for what the future of the sport looks like, because you're not just hitting one spot. And you look in the States as well. Women can get scholarships to play flag football in college. So now you can get an actual education, play flag football, and then you can play for your national program, and the list kind of goes on. And I think even just opening up the world to what are different careers that you can have off the back of that.
And Phoebe, you've been boots on the ground in every aspect of this growth. What has that journey entailed?
Oh man, I mean, when I first started playing, it was maybe 8 teams that we had. And now, you know, I was speaking with the Clams who won the Toyota Heroes Award. You know, there's not enough competitions now because everything is filling up so quickly. And it's boys, it's girls, it's adult. And I think the trajectory has been times 300%. I mean, you can't even, and that's probably in the past 3 to 4 years alone, since Sarah's come in. But you need someone in that position, right? You need someone who believes in something that's really going to pull this along. And, you know, the amount of lives that are being changed now that people can think, oh, I can actually get a college education. I can go play as a professional with, you know, the potential league that's coming up from the NFL as a pro flag league. I mean, the sky is the limit ultimately. So you can dream it, you can believe it, you just make it happen now.
Yeah, we see the trees or the garden blossoming of what flag can be. It's just the beginning, so that's a great situation. But Sarah, you had the belief of it that Phoebe was mentioning. Why did you, or how did you have the foresight to plant those seeds to know that it was going to be a garden like this?
Well, I should say I came in years after those seeds, I think, had been originally planted by people across the league and across our clubs. I think, though, from a marketing perspective, at least on our end, I think very quickly we realized that there are amazing stories that need to be told in this space. Again, tied to some of the incredible people that we're meeting along the way, incredible athletes. And I think very quickly we realized everybody that touches flag, you realize that it has the ability to really change and develop people who haven't been able to engage with football before. So, for us, the impact, I think, and the purpose is what ultimately fuels how we look to continue to develop pushing the game forward.
Well, now we have like sold out situations. We have competition that we are filled and there's an overflow. And then we're sitting in California. So I have to mention that LA 28 will have flags. So we're excited about that. Phoebe, you playing?
Ooh, if my back behaves, yeah. Honestly, I think it's hard to be this close and not at least go for it, right? I mean, and I'm inspired by Diana Taurasi and Katie Taylor, the Irish boxer, who are in their late 30s.
The gifts that keep on giving,
honestly. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay healthy, fuel myself right, do the best I can. And honestly, in an ideal world, some young buck beats me out of my position, right? That would be the pathways working. But I'm a competitor. I'm not going to give up.
We need to know the secrets. What is a preparation for yes, we can clap. Sarah's staying, holding it down. Like I said, I love a call and response. I guess I didn't really leave room for y'all to do that. But as far as preparation for it, what does that look like?
Oh, well, I mean, so we've just finished, humble brag, we just won our European Championships. Great Britain did, back-to-back winners, so that helps. Then we've got World Championships next year, and then that starts to really define what the Olympics look like. It's only going to be 6 countries, 6 teams, 6 men's and 6 women, so it is going to be the top of the top.
So intense.
It's intense, but that's what you want. You only want the best to compete on that level. So everybody's pulling in the same direction, and I just got to mind, body, take care of myself, and hopefully I can be on that team.
You better call up our girl, Jess Sims. She's somewhere around here to help you with mindfulness. Sarah, what excites you most about LA 28?
I mean, honestly, I can't wait to see football, flag football represented on the program. I can't wait to I've followed the stories of some of these amazing people, Phoebe, Ashley Clam, Deanna Flores. Like, I feel like I've been on the journey as a passenger along the way. And so I really can't wait to watch them elevate the game on the world stage.
Absolutely. And I love a little fill in the blank. Let's end on this. Phoebe, we'll start with you. Fill in the blank. Flag football is?
Family. Family. Honestly, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You are going to have somebody that's a part of it. And that's why I want to be a part of flag football, because of the community that we've built.
Community, yes. Family.
That was a good one. You took it. I was going to say community, because I really feel like whether you're playing it or you're touching it, I feel like it's a cop-out, but like whether you're playing it or you're touching it or you've been touched by it, it really makes you feel like there's a place that you can belong.
Well, let's just enjoy this community. Give it up for our new sisters, Phoebe and Sarah. Thank y'all so much for everything.
Thank you.
I'm learning the handshake after y'all. I'm officially a flag girly, but we'll do that after, because right now we have my sister, the incomparable Malika Andrews coming to the stage, and she has a very special surprise that I'm going to let her do. Look how cute you look, girl. Oh, my God. Hi, Bookie.
Get to see like once.
There we go.
There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I love that good morning. I am so excited to be here with you all today with a very, very special guest. And really, she needs no introduction, but her accolades are so impressive, we're going to give them anyway. She is a multifaceted Olympic medalist. She is a Sports Illustrated cover model, and she was a Dancing with the Stars finalist. Please join me in welcoming rugby player Alona Maher.
Vibes. Hello.
Woo! All right. Alona, hi, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here in beautiful Ojai.
Gorgeous.
Where it's stunning and sunny.
Sunny.
But I hope everybody put on their SPF this morning. I think that the best place to start maybe is the beginning. And for so many of us, Alona, I think when we were introduced to you, the beginning was the Paris Olympics, or maybe it was that video that you did sunning the commenter on BMI and where that fits into the athlete conversation, right? But your beginning is so much before that. You were the Tokyo TikToker. You've been playing rugby since you were 17. Where does the story start for you?
I mean, the story I think starts just I've always been an athlete and I've always loved sports. And I've said it so much, but what sports have done for my body and my body image and making me feel so capable. So my dad always got us into sports. He knew that, you know, even though he had daughters, he wanted us playing sports and how much it would help us. So I did that, and then decided to try out rugby my senior year of high school, not thinking anything of it. And like, kind of funny how my whole life trajectory changed. I'm like just getting distracted watching my own videos, guys. I'm like, God, she's really good. Like, whoa.
You can see how fun my research was for this project, yeah?
I love myself. Okay, turn that off. So then I started playing rugby, and it was like that was one of the sports where I felt like I never had to tone anything down. I could be as powerful, as physical as possible, coming from sports like field hockey where you get a whistle blown at every second. But I still love field hockey still. So then I decided to play in college, and after, you know, I was studying nursing and doing rugby because I think as many women, maybe, you know, years ago and when I was in college, it wasn't like you were realistically planning to go be a professional athlete.
Right.
I wasn't like, this is going to be I'm going to make a lot of money doing this. This is something I should really plan on. No, I was like, I'm going to get my nursing degree and be a nurse. And it just happened that rugby was kind of growing for me. And so my senior year was like, you know, should I do rugby or should I take the safe path to the nursing? And all the nursing professors were like, you know, there's always going to be sick people. Try out rugby and try for this small chance for the Olympics. And then I went and played for the national team starting in 2018, made the first tournaments, and I've been playing ever since. But I think where I've gotten to this place, it wasn't from playing rugby. Like, that was a small part that got me here. It was what I did on social media, because as my teammates and I always wanted sponsorships. We wanted people to take notice of our game, but there was really no way to do that because nobody follows rugby, nobody follows the rugby we're playing. So I just started posting TikToks, and I remember, like, within a week of posting at this one tournament, some guy was like, oh, you're that TikTok rugby girl. And I was like, that's crazy that you think that, the power of these apps. So then I continued to just post up into Tokyo. I knew Tokyo, I could do something there.
Oh, the videos are back.
God, turn them off. Because, you know, like, people are made at the Olympics. Athletes are made at the Olympics, and they're made by being the best. Simone Biles, Michael Phelps. I knew that I'm a team sport athlete in a sport like rugby, so that probably wouldn't. And I'm a great rugby player. I'm not the best in the world, but I'm one of the best in the world.
Yep.
And so I knew that social media could do it. So in Tokyo, I did it, and then I worked for 3 years to Paris. And in Paris, again, I talked with my agent and my manager, and I was like, I think we can do it again. I'm going to Paris to win a medal, first and foremost, but I also want to make some money. And I want to build my brand.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
But your notoriety is exploding at the Paris Olympics, right? Your personal brand is exploding, and yet you're still trying to focus on, I don't know, winning an Olympic medal?
Yeah.
How do you juggle both of those things?
Well, I'd been preparing myself. So it was in Tokyo, we lost in the quarterfinals, and I had what we call, like, post-Olympic blues. I had it very bad. I was in a very deep depression afterwards and felt like it was all my fault. So for the 3 years leading up to Paris, every moment in tournaments, I worked with my sports psych, I was preparing myself for Paris Olympics. Every quarterfinal, every time I lost my mouth guards, I was like, this is exciting because what if I lose my mouth guards in the Olympics? I've prepared myself now. And then I also, in that, was factoring in, I kept posting videos as I was going to these tournaments throughout the year to prepare myself. I don't think it's right to all of a sudden be posting all these videos at the Olympics. I'd been doing it. So I put it into my life, my schedule, my routine. So when I went to Paris, we had one day, we got into the village, and we had a day off right afterwards. I posted about 7 videos, I think, on that day, just posting out content because I knew people wanted to see it. And I saw the response to it. My first video I posted outside the village was the Olympic Villa video.
Oh, yes.
Y'all know that. Some of my best work, honestly.
Welcome to the villa.
And I got into the village, and everyone's like, welcome to the villa. And I was like, I got them already. I knew that I'd gotten them with that, and I just kept building off of that.
And now, all of that visibility, all of that energy, it's led to a place that very few athletes, period, let alone female athletes, have gotten to. She's been to the Dancing with the Stars finals, y'all. She has a dang Barbie, right? She's been in major campaigns. This is a Sports Illustrated cover model right here. So what's it been like to see the world respond to you in a way that goes beyond sports?
I love it. I think I love, I wouldn't do this if I didn't like attention, and I like it. I put myself out there for people to notice me, for my brand, for my sport, but I've always loved it. It's interesting though, because a lot of people sometimes don't even know me as a rugby player. They know me as like an influencer. I was recently at an event, and I'm around a lot of influencers, and I always go up to people, I'm like, I'm Alona Maher, rugby player, all right, first and foremost. But it's interesting, like, it doesn't matter so much what I do on the field. I mean, I don't think many people in here can even say who like, the top rugby player in the world is, but you can say who the TikTok rugby girl is. And so that's where I was like, man, I'm working so hard on the field to be, like, the best, yet the off the field is what's making me more money. So it's kind of that balance there, and I just found it to be like, I want to be the best, but also I want to live a comfortable life, and that's where I saw the social media helping me.
Does that bother you when you walk into a room and people say, hello, Ilona, the influencer?
Yes, I definitely get annoyed. Well, now it's become Dance with the Stars, but I don't mind as much, because I'll be walking in the airport and like, oh, I know you, and I'm like, Olympic medalist, yeah, of course you do. They're like, Dance with the Stars. I was like, I did that too. But yeah, I guess it does, but so that's why I'll correct him and say rugby player, but it's just the way it is. People aren't watching rugby like they should. We're getting there, but they're not focused on rugby. And so for me, it's helping me end rugby by being the influencer and like kind of microdosing rugby to the world.
Yeah, but I think you're speaking to I'm sorry, microdosing rugby.
I actually just came up with that, and that sounds pretty good.
Mushrooms or rugby, kind of either or, 6-7.
Right off the dome.
How much of that, you're speaking to something really real though, because how much of that business building came from passion, and how much of it came from the necessity to find a way to make a living as an athlete who's a woman?
I think it was half and half, but in Tokyo, we didn't have any fans in the stadium. It was completely empty. I mean, you could hear somebody 100 meters from you talking normally. So it's such a different vibe. So I wanted people to tune into our games at Tokyo, and I knew that, and I saw the social media working, so that was my way to get people to see the sport. And a lot of people tuned in Tokyo, and then, I mean, the way they tuned in Paris as well. So I knew that if people have someone they can connect to, like we're seeing it in all sorts of sports, connecting to Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, buying the ticket to go see him play. Sometimes it's about the individual. Okay, I went and played in England. People connect to me, so then they're like, oh, she's playing here in England. I'll buy a ticket, go see her. That means they see 30 other girls on the pitch, 40 other girls on the pitch, and then they can hopefully connect with them. So I knew that the power of one can also help the whole sport. And then for the money part, I mean, you can't live a comfortable life playing rugby. I think that nobody playing rugby union is making over 6 figures. I can't name a person just from their sport. I think the highest contract for a woman right now is probably something around, I think it's like 50,000 pounds, which is, a little bit more, but you're not making rugby for him. And I'm sorry, I wanted to be able to play, but also live a comfortable life. I love going out to dinners, and I get everything. So I needed to be able to buy that. So it wasn't selfish in a way, but I was like, I want to live comfortably. And I saw that this was an avenue I could take to do that, because sponsors want somebody who is people connect to, and I think I could do that through social media.
Clearly, you can, and you can do it at an elite level.
I was pitching.
I do think, though, in all seriousness, it does speak to something bigger, right? Because for women in sports, I think we can all relate to this. Identity is layered. You are an athlete. You are a brand. You are a role model. So how do you stay grounded in Ilona the player when the world is saying, hey, no, we want more Ilona the personality?
I think it's my teammates, and I've only ever played team sports. I've never played individual sports, so I've always been a team person, and they really ground me because at the end of the day, it's about who's working hard, because they will, call you out if you're not making that tackle, that you need to be there for that. So I think it's the people around me, and also my sisters, my agent. Like, I have a very group who keeps me kind of humble in a way, and also really lifts me up, as you can tell. But I think I play sports because I was trying to figure out this year why I play sports. And I play sports because of the people I meet and the people I get to play with. And my teammates are so spectacular. I've made the best friends playing rugby. I've been over the world playing rugby, and it's been so special because, yeah, it'd be cool to be in South Africa, but being in South Africa with your best friends, like, that's something special. So they keep me grounded because at the end of the day, I have to be the best player for them on the pitch, and some of them are fitter than me, they're stronger than me, they're faster than me. So it's nice to be around women who are striving for the best, and they really bring you kind of with them, and we bring each other with us.
And that's clear in sort of what you share with the world as well. You guys, doing research for this was so much fun. Just like watching Ilona's videos for an hour, I was laughing so hard. It was incredible. And I was scrolling, and then I was like, I haven't seen, in the best way, because we love our ally men, I haven't seen a man in these videos in a minute. And I kind of found it super refreshing.
Oh, thank you.
Can you speak to that?
Like, I'm sorry.
I live in the world of really, really tall men all the time.
Whoa, where's that at? I want to be there.
Ain't here today, but.
That sounds fun. Yeah, it's not here.
Not today. And it was super refreshing to see this point of view on sports in the world. How intentionally have you cultivated that?
I mean, if I could, I would be in that world too.
Hey, come on down to the studio.
I'm coming over. But I think that I have two sisters. I have, an amazing mom and dad, but we can forget about him for now. I have always been a world of women. I played field hockey, which was a very women-driven sports. I think it's how I've been raised, and so I want to highlight these women who are the funniest, the most beautiful, the kindest people I've ever met. And it's so funny because I get to see it. Everyone thinks Ilona's so funny. If you could spend 1 minute with my teammates, some of them are just so hilarious and have these personalities, and so I want to highlight them as much as possible because those are my closest friends, the people who I just get along well with, and I think are so amazing. So I'm really blessed to surround myself with people like that.
Yeah.
Like, not many people get this opportunity, and that's also why I tell people to try rugby or try any sport, because to have that sort of support system and to meet those type of people, they change your life for the better, and they make you a better human as well.
And they also crack crabs as a chiropractic adjustment, which I just thought was...
We got the video?
Was brilliant. We just keep pulling all of those up.
Well, what's been so cool is also, I had just had a teammate, my teammate Cass, she has a ostomy bag. And so when we were at World Cup, I was like, Cass, let's make some videos on it. She's like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm in the bathroom, I'm in the corner of the bathroom, I'm helping her make a video, and I'm like, okay, this is what you're going to say, and I try to get out of the video. She recently just got like a paid deal because of the videos we were creating and at World Cup, and she continuously thanks me because I'm like, everybody has a story, and I think I figured out how to tell mine. I want to figure out how to tell my other teammates. I have another friend who just also got a deal to work with a brand. So it's like so cool that I've now gone to this point. I just want to bring everybody else to that point.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing to see my teammates also grow.
I think everyone in the room, when you said making that, rising all boats, but also wanting to tap into what you have tapped into. Social media is, for me, it is anxiety provoking, right? How do you come up with all of these ideas and say, okay, this is how I'm going to step into myself and put myself out there?
A couple things. Screen time's very high. I am always, I'm searching the apps, I'm seeing what's relevant. But I also like to do very more authentic, my own content. So I just found relatability to be it because I think we are all so uniquely made, for sure. We are also have very similar experiences. I mean, I'll post a video. I just tried on jeans recently, you know, and if not fun, not a fun time. So I was like, oh, I'll make a video because I know that people are going to respond to this. I posted it. I mean, it got 10 million views and millions of likes because I just know what people relate to. I think I'm amazing and I'm different and special, but we also all are connected in the same way. So I think relatability is, I have sisters as well, so we can just bounce things off each other, but I'll be, you know, the BMI one, like, oh, I know people will relate to this. Or all these things where I think you also have to have a brain for it. I am constantly thinking of content. I mean, I was in the dressing room and I was eating bacon. I was like, Olivia, get this. Quickly get this. I don't know why, but I will create content with that, you know? So I think it's my job now. This is my full-time job. I'm constantly thinking of content. I'm constantly thinking of how to put myself out there, which gets exhausting, but I do get joy from it. So it's not like it's something I have to do. I do genuinely love doing it.
Have you always loved doing it, or is there something that you had to unlearn about yourself, because there's so many things that we are told or taught about what's beautiful, what's best, what it means to be a woman? Is there something that you had to unlearn in order to step into who you are today?
I think that, you know what, it's interesting in sports. When I first got into sports, to professional sports, I was big into comparison, and I would compare myself to my teammates, and I would look at my teammates with what they were eating, and I was like, oh, she's only eating 2 eggs and a bowl of kale and a piece of toast. Okay, maybe I need to be eating that. Oh shit, she's not even eating this. Okay, maybe I need that. So comparison and like trying to fit into that mold of what an athlete is, a lean six-pack. That's when I think I really upped my game, was realizing that isn't me. And I'm not going to be somebody with a six-pack, but I'm very powerful, and I can eat, and I'm not going to be like, there was one teammate who looks like me, she's the same height, but she's very lean, and so I would try to eat like her, but it just wasn't me. So knowing we're all so, again, I guess we are individual, we are so uniquely made, and like my body is different than hers, and that I think helps me elevate my game, knowing I need to be well fed, and also eating well brings me so much joy to make me a better player, a better person, so that on the field I can truly enjoy that, but also know I can have a nice meal after a hard day on Friday, whereas some of my teammates can't. So I think I stopped comparing. Of course, I still do it now, but that was the big change.
Yeah, I think that's what draws so many of us to you, is that you're willing to say the things that you grapple with and struggle with that so many of us shove into a back closet. You say them out loud, and it's so refreshing to walk into a room and know, okay, we all have these same struggles, let's just kind of put them out on the table. You say the things I think a lot of us wish we could, both to online commenters and in reality. How do you quiet that self-doubt?
Oh, I mean, shoot, she's loud sometimes for sure. But I think, again, it goes back to the team I have around me. They sit in there, raise your hands, girls. That's my manager, my agent. I think the team I have around me, because I will feel this self-doubt. And I think it even started in my career when I was like, I would get deals. I'm like, oh, they want like $1,000 for video. That's really nice. And then my team will be like, that's crazy talk. You're worth more. So sometimes you do need somebody to remind you that you're not more valuable, but that this is just to remind you of what it is you're worth. And so I have that. I have that in my teammates. I have that in my best friends, my team over there. It takes inner work as well. I don't think I'll ever fully get rid of the self-doubt, as I want to step into new things as well. But it's something you carry on. And for me, the big thing, this is what our sports psych always says, is like, you can have those doubts and have all those feelings, but what's about the action you take? So I have the doubts about it, but I'm going to still post a video. I have the doubts about being a great player, but I'm going to still go out there and play as hard as I can, and that'll show me, oh, no, you are great.
Your manager, your sister manager, is sitting over there.
My sister, yes.
She also likes to say she's your head of security.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't mess with Olivia.
Yep.
What's it like working with your family? Because I'm trying to recruit my sister, and sometimes she just steals my watch, and it's not going so great. Yeah. Right.
I love it. We started to get. She actually. We got together before Paris, like months before. I was like, hey, Olivia, like. She used to work in Hollywood a little bit, and so when the writer's strike happened, unemployed. And I was like, hey, girl, do I have a deal for you? Because we were figuring, like, before Paris, things would ramp up. And I was getting a lot of stuff, and I was getting a lot of emails, and she was already in there, but I was like, I'll actually pay you now, So we kind of set that up, and then it just grew. And this is what she does by trade, too, is, like, the way that she can manage. So the way she's managing me, knowing me so well. When I was in Paris, I didn't have to look at a single email. It was just her and my agent going through. When we got the Dancing with the Stars call, it was them who dealt with that. SI, them dealt with that. So I never had to think about that. All I had to think about was I had made a little fun content and getting a medal. It can be tough at times. Honestly,
that's it. That's all you have to worry about. Make fun content and get a medal.
No, genuinely. No, real talk. And also, it's fun working together, having somebody who knows you so well, almost more than you know yourself at times, but also makes me able to focus more on the other areas while she's stressing out over the email. You know what I'm saying? Because she wakes up in a cold sweat a lot. But not me. I'm just having fun.
Well, Olivia's a badass. She's running the New York City Marathon in a couple of days, so, and my yummiest moment of the day so far is I was walking on stage and Olivia was, checking Ilona over and she goes, hang on, before you go on, you need a sister check too. And I was just like, thank you. So thank you for that, Olivia. Okay, I see the clock ticking down and this has flown by. I just, before we really wrap it up, one of the things that I think that I love to hear from you is just your perspective on how you wake up every day and go get it, because I think that sometimes it's hard. What are your daily non-negotiables?
Eating, a big one. I think fueling your body helps your mind as well. And I'm a big body positive person, but I also struggle with those thoughts of wanting to be thinner and whatnot. And so that's like a constant battle. But for me, it's eating. It's the pleasure I get from that. And then I go move my body in some way, whether it's a walk, whether it's a lift, and I'm like, dang, I'm really strong. Like, fuck, why do I want to be smaller? So I think those are smart for me because I know being a professional athlete, I'm taking some time off right now, but I love seeing what my body's capable of, and it just helps me with my own body image as well to go on throughout the day. I love to connect with my sisters and whatnot. But I think mostly, it's the getting some sort of movement in really helps me to then want to, post or whatnot.
Yeah, have you seen that? I'm feeling crappy today. Oh, well, have you eaten something healthy? No. Have you gone outside? No. Have you talked to anyone? No. So all of those things I think always make me feel better. You're already a multi hyphenate. So of course I have to ask you, what's next? Okay. What more are we doing? What are we getting into?
Man. What am I doing? Well, gonna go absolutely heckle my sister at the marathon. Cannot wait. I'm gonna be drinking wine like you. You got 12 miles to go, loser. And then I want to get into the scripted space. I would love to do that a little bit. I think like a John Cena, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson progression. I know I'd probably be typecasted for a bit there. I could be a sexy assassin for you. And then I want to continue growing my brand. I'm creating a great team around me. I have amazing financial advisors now, we just got a tax guy. Thank you, Ryan. But like creating a team around me because I want to, I don't know. I know that going in rugby, a lot of my teammates don't even have, this setup or retirement setup. And it's only now I'm seeing so many teammates who are struggling so hard after retirement. And it's scaring me, and it makes me so sad for them that they're not at all set up. We used to live the best lives together, and now they're in the dumps, and they're depressed because they weren't set up for their future. So I'm trying to set myself up for the future right now and do those little things. Continue to spread my message because, I kind of touched on it, but I do see the message out there. It feels like I'm constantly putting a message out there that it's okay to be bigger, to take up space, and then the next video down is smaller is better. Here's this way to get smaller. So it's hard. It's never going to stop, and I will keep battling it, and it won't. I don't think my videos of body positivity will be like, all right, job done. Everyone's
signing
good
off
now, So I'll keep doing that. I'm going to keep trying to enjoy this time off, which is very hard for me because I'm like, I got to go hit somebody.
That's me. We're about to hit somebody.
And I don't know. I really don't know. I'm taking it day by day. I'm excited for the new year, whatever happens with that. But yeah.
Can I ask?
Oh, what am I doing? Yeah.
What about the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles?
Right. I'm going to do that as well. I am going to train for that. I'm going to play for that. So I'll join Sevens again probably next year in the August.
Okay.
I'm just taking some time off, healing my body. I got a shoulder that needs some work. And then I do want to play in the LA 2028 because I think a home Olympics will be amazing.
Yeah.
I think another way for us to get our sport out there. We've seen what rugby has done with Tokyo, Paris, even Rio. It did some amazing things at the Olympics. So I want to use that again as an opportunity to get myself as well and my sport out there and continue to grow this brand globally. So I'd love to. I think, I hope it would be done really well, and I hope that we get more eyes on us.
I love that. I love that. Let's end here with the minute and 8 seconds that we have left. I've been asking a lot of women that I admire this lately because I think I'm toggling with it in my back and forth in my own mind. At this point, Ilona, how do you define success, and how do you define legacy and what that means to you?
Okay, really good question for a minute. Oh my God. Success, I mean, there's of course financial success and being comfortable.
Yep.
We all strive for that. And not that money can buy happiness, but it can buy you comfort and feeling good. And so, yes, I do want to make money for that. I think also just being happy in what you're doing and the life that you're building. And it's so funny, I was talking to my sister, like, I don't actually spend a lot of money because I go on tour with my teammates, and that's the most fun I have. I have fun just doing that. I have fun. We're in the middle of nowhere training rugby, and that's where I get my fun. So sometimes there's that balance of, yeah, money is great, but also like the memories, the experiences you have. What was the other thing? Legacy. Legacy, that's such a big word, but I think that it will be built on its own by me just doing my thing, and I think that other people will know it, and it'll hopefully be passed down. But I think athletes always talk about this. Like, I'm called the superstar of rugby. I'm getting tired. I want more superstars of rugby. I want, to, once I'm done playing, to there be another person, because we need that. It cannot just be me in this sport. And so I'm always trying to up my teammates and even foreigners, because we need somebody to go to the games. Oh, I want to go to the game to see Elle Kildan, to see Portia Woodman. So I hope to create a legacy. I also hope that there's so many more people coming through.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, in a minute and 8 seconds, she did it. We're both going to unstick from these chairs. Ilona, thank you.
Goodness me.
All right. Ladies and some gentlemen, I'd like to now bring to the stage Rachel Epstein, our Vice President of Sports Marketing and our executive producer of this wonderful summit that we've all been enjoying here, and Susti Petrovsky, the Vice President of Women's Sports Programming and ESPNW. Thank you so much for your time this morning, ladies.
Well, we are the surest sign that it's almost time to go to the shuttles. We do a couple quick memories, and then we're going to get you out of here. Suze, your favorite moments from this summit?
All right, so I have a couple, obviously. I'm going to add on a little bit to our kickball story. So
because there's more to get from that.
Yeah, we haven't played the bit out long enough. Rachel Pearson, who is the other person that was part of this story. Not many people know this, but Rachel and I are from neighboring rural small towns, each of which have more cows than people. And we didn't know this until we both started at ESPN. So there's two queer kids from nowhere that are now living our dreams and doing this thing. So that, we couldn't have imagined that. So, and this is my 4th summit. And I'm not sure if there were people here at my first summit, but I sat on the stage and they said, what do you want to accomplish? And I said, I want to make this blacker and browner and queerer and open our room and make this more inclusive. And at the beginning of this, I think it was you, Sarah, that asked how many people's first time, and over half of this lawn raised their hand. And we kicked this off announcing an extension of AUSL with 3 women of color on this stage. And this audience has gotten younger and more diverse, and we are opening the room. And that means we're doing it. Very rarely do you have a tangible opportunity to see your work in practice, and we are doing it, and business is getting done. And I appreciate every single one of you for helping us to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish. And in closing, I got pegged by Elle, Duncan.
A few thoughts from me. One, I think it was on the agent panel, either Nicole Lynn or Jess Holt said, enjoy everything while you're in it. And that just resonated with me, and I thought, and keep learning while you're in it. But it's more than just being present. It's about enjoying and learning while you're in it. And you all have really done that, because that's the other thing that's so memorable for me is all of you and your energy and your engagement and all the connections that you made. And last night's dance party was also part of that. And also our live stream audience, which is right now, even before the Ilona panel, is over 2 million streams. So something's happening. Something's happening. And we're so grateful to all of you for that, and a couple thank yous as well.
Well, first, I'm actually Rachel Epstein, guys. Like, is there anybody that executive produces a better event? We set the gold standard every single year, and it's because of you and your fantastic team.
Well, it's because of this fantastic team. We're going to get to those thank yous in a second.
All right. I had to do it at the top.
Thank you.
But for every single one, I need a round of applause.
And the team. There are so many of us that pour all of ourselves into this thing. They're all around here. Our talent, our amazing ESPN talent. Like, if we could just have one more round of applause for everyone that makes this so special, and I hope you all feel that. It means everything to us, and we hope you enjoyed every last bit of it. I think the last thing that we have to say is we'll see you next year, Ojai, October 14 to 16. Come on back. Thank you, everyone.
Shout out to Rachel and Susie, and huge shout out to y'all. Over 2 million of you on the stream. We are so happy that we were able to share the space the last 3 days with you. I'm still thinking about that Alona Maher conversation. I absolutely love what she was talking about, where you're not going to silence that inner gremlin that tells you you're not this enough, you're not big enough, you're not small enough, you're not this. But you have to do it anyway. You feel the doubt and you step into your power anyway. That's going to live rent-free in my head, hopefully for the foreseeable future. As Rachel just mentioned, we can't wait to see you back here in Ojai next year, October 14th to 16th, 2026. We're going to close our eyes open and we're going to be there. Make sure you're signing up for that. And thank you so much again for tuning in, because we would not be able to do this without you. Now, before I sign off, let's check out a trailer from Stories from America's Dining Room, a documentary collection of short films by Breakwater Studios, produced in association with McDonald's. And then, y'all, Jessen.
It started at a McDonald's on a napkin.
Where I grew up, opportunities can be limited.
I had an obligation to help these kids.
There's people out there.
We thought we were gonna die.
McDonald's that day was a refuge.
I guess people consider us heroes.
It was like, if not us, then who?
Regardless of what uniform you're wearing, it's a team. A team is a community.
Watch the first film on McDonald's YouTube channel and stay tuned for the rest of the collection coming soon. Welcome back to the final day of the espnW Women in Sports Summit presented by Toyota.
I already look like a B-boy.
Listen, Elle just told us to say what we should do, and I'm like, I need to be more active because Elle not only got drafted to the AUSL, kicked some ass in kickball, but also looks like she's about to have another dance party.
And when we think about flag football as a sport, it's, you know, a game changer for women and girls. It's the most accessible and inclusive version of football.
The confidence and the empowerment that flag football has given me. I never would have sat on a stage and talked to all of you guys ever before that. I was a different person.
Like, people are made at the Olympics. Athletes are made at the Olympics, and they're made by being the best. Simone Biles, Michael Phelps. I knew that I'm a team sport athlete in a sport like rugby, so that probably wouldn't. And I'm a great rugby player. I'm not the best in the world, but I'm one of the best in the world.
Yep.
Thank you for watching the espnW Women in Sports Summit presented by Toyota.